Hey, here's Noah, voice of Efron, in case you forgot. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Riftwalkers. We got another good one lined up, just like last week, with Larots. Yeah, that guy. Ooh, what a character. You're gonna be seeing more of him. If you like what we're doing, go check out our website, flashfantasypodcast.com. That's where we got all the good stuff. We got the episodes, we got the skeleton crew, we got the artwork, we got the stories. We've got more stuff to come. We got good projects we're working on. Check it out. And also be sure to tell your friends about Riftwalkers. We know you've got friends, and we know that they want to listen. So do all of us a favor and just let them know. Point them in the right direction. Anywho, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Here's Riftwalkers.
On their way back to the beach, Val and Efron are accompanied by a new party member, an elfkin, Larots, and his large lizard mount. Across the island, danger has just been averted as Reese, Mick, the lookout medic, and Lyrian, along with their kin companion, have come back together in a dry riverbed. Some strange beast fleeing before them, as their kin companion then starts to take the path back the way they came. Medic throws Mick another puzzled glance and then points toward the kin and says, "Should we also follow?"
But of course, quick, with haste.
Well, one second. We heard a screeching noise of some sort a while ago. That's why we came looking for you. Was it that thing that ran off that made it?
You know, I'm not really sure, but I mean, I've had enough near-death experiences for the day. However, if you want to investigate a little bit around here, be my guest.
Have you already taken a look around? And Reese kind of takes a look around. It doesn't seem like there's much to be seen.
I mean, you and Lyrian are seeing the watermill for the first time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Have you already checked that out? And Reese says, pointing towards the watermill.
Yes, that's, I assume, is the nesting of whatever we just saw. In fact, I went in and I did see a nest. And I saw in the corner a bunch of bones. What else?
Reese kind of chuckles a bit. All right, well, I don't feel the need to investigate any further. What about you? Turning to Lyrian.
Wait a moment. The kin said, it was time to go. Let me ask him something real quick. I never caught your name.
He's a ways away. He's like 30 feet away from you. He's just...
Well, I could just say, "Hey, wait, you!" in Kinlish.
And he stops and he turns and he doesn't come back to you, but he just looks at you impatiently.
As I was saying that, I started to approach him, and as I'm walking towards him, I say, "Do you know what that creature was?"
And he looks at you as if he did not understand what you were trying to say.
He says, "Creature, what is?" in Kinlish.
And his eyes light up and he goes, "Oh." And then, like, again, the super broken fella, she's like, no. And he looks kind of aggravated. He's like, "No." And he's like making a slash motion across like his neck, like, "Stop." And then he said, "No." And he's then like pointing to his head. And he goes, "No, no, no. Yes?"
Mick, come here. I need you.
Well, I was coming in this direction anyways. Reese, you may carry on. There's a couple of particulars from leftover bodies in there if you really want to look through their belongings?
No. I am quite good. As a matter of fact, it's getting later in the day. I honestly think we should just head back to the rest of the crew.
And the Ken just like shakes his head looking at Lyrian and Reese, and he's just like, ugh, vastu vasit man. And he turns on his heel and he starts walking away.
I brought Mick there so Mick could translate in Kinlish.
Yeah, that was a quick thing, and then I ran over to him and I said, yes, you needed my services?
All then you heard then, Mick, was him walking away and this Kin saying, unintelligent rat of a man, basically.
You must have done something wrong to him, my friend. He's upset.
I didn't do anything. I was trying to understand him, and that's why I brought you, but I suppose your services no longer needed, though. He is intent on going back to the crew.
Well, isn't that all of our intent?
Medek is right beside Mick, as usual, and she says in Fellish to Lyrian, she says, do not be offended. He is not used to your kind. And then in Kinlish, she says to Mick, I think it is time for us to go as well. We would not want to keep him alone in the forest.
I agree. Let's go that direction. Gentlemen, out! And then we walk.
Yes, sir. And Reese falls in line and keeps moving.
So by the time the four of you get back to the beach, you arrive at the same time as Val, Ifron, and Larots. You see Captain Kel'nias speaking with some of her sailors, and it seems that in the meantime, another one of these rowboats has come across and sort of set up a little camp here, and then some of these sailors are just in that rowboat now heading back to the ship, which seems to be at the tail end of its repair phase. Captain Kel'nias first sees Mick, Lyrian, Medek, this other Kin, and Reese, and she waves you down. And then she turns southward and sees Val, Ifron, and Larots, and this giant lizard, which she knows is a karak. And she just kind of does a double take. And I don't know, Ammon, is this the first time Larots would have seen a Mazkin?
How involved would the Mazkin be in the war?
Negatively.
Negatively as in not involved?
As in less than not involved.
Secondary.
Fighting for the other side.
How well known is the idea of Mazkin? Like, would he know that Mazkin existed, just being a regular Kin?
You would know they exist, but the chances of you having seen one, especially being on the battlefield most of your life, are incredibly slim.
Yeah, so he's never seen one, even though he's been around the block a time or two, or 400 times or two. He can recognize as a Mazkin, but he's never met one personally.
So, and your group is the first to reach the captain.
Is it pretty clear that the captain is the captain?
Yes, she has that gait.
All right, well then, Larots walks straight up to the captain.
Bah, you look like the one in charge here. Never met a Mazkin before. What? A fair people you are indeed. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
And she just gets like this amused smile on her face, and she peers past you at Ifron and Val, and she's like, where did you find him?
He came running down the mountain from the jungle.
Ma'am, I would ask you to speak to me, and not to the small folk behind me.
Yes, of course, apologies. My name is Captain Kel'nias Metza. I am in charge of this merry band here that you see behind me in this wonderful ship, of course. I assume this karak belongs to you?
Indeed, and only one as fair as you could actually wrangle these types of folk. I don't want to be rude, but I saw a couple of your sailors, and I must say, their form in battle, horrific. I've seen half-dead slugs with more battle stance than those. But, ma'am, I can see from the way things are organizing that, while your men might not be capable, your leadership is direct and valued. I can see indeed. I met your friends up there charging down on my tank.
Can Val say something? Val would like to say in Mazik, he has a lot to say.
And in Mazik, Captain Kel'nias says, "Yes, I can see that." And then returning to Kinlish, but still addressing Val, she says, "Where is Takes and the others?"
Tekes insisted that he continue on and finish scouting the area, and that we bring the Larots back to you.
I'm sorry, did you say Larots?
Indeed. Marshal General Larots, commander of the 8th Brigade of his great Hierarchy's army. Long live the Hierarch. Long live indeed. Though I know you keep yourself separated sometimes, I can't help but become overwhelmed by the majesty that is the Hierarchy. You know what I mean, I'm sure you do.
Captain Kel'nias looks at Larots and she says, "What was your family name?"
No family name, ma'am. Brought in, no, born and raised in the army, brought up by those fine lads. I threw off my family name years ago. You can call me either Marshal, General, or, if you're feeling a bit more personal, Larots.
Good gods, then, you're that General Larots.
Indeed, ma'am, but no need to lose yourself.
Lose myself? No, I perhaps you are quite unaware of how long you've been here.
Well, so, 6 months, I believe. Long enough to wrangle this one here, eh?
And he kind of reaches over and he gives the friendly, tussle, as if this lizard had hair. It does not have hair. Like a tussle on its head.
And in Mazik, she says to Val, "How do I tell him he's been dead for nearly 800 years?"
Holy crap.
I do not think it is possible to do it lightly.
Kel'nias kind of squares her shoulders. She looks Larots in the eye and she says, "Esteemed General, I have some unfortunate news for you. But, by the good gods, brothers Egg and Air above, you have been here for at least 800 or so years."
800 years? Are you daft, woman? Don't joke with me. You think I'm such a fool? It's been not 6 months. I wrangled this one here in a fortnight. You're telling me that I've been here 800 years. Why, that's it.
I think perhaps the good news is of this situation that maybe, you've been here a long time, but you are a legend back on Egadon.
Oh, some magical whiff-off. I have no doubt that those damnable humans came into my tent and tried to magic me away from here. I'm not quite sure, but I'll find them, and I'll get them. Those darned beasts. They're practically animals, those barbarians. Not you, of course, good sir.
And he says this in Kinlish, as if he didn't, realize that Ifran couldn't understand. He's like,
Not you, of course, good sir. No. A tragedy, indeed. 800 years, you say? Does His Great Majesty, the Hierarch of all the kin, still rule us? Glorious and proud, I understand that he already had 400 years behind him, and honestly, we don't generally live over 500, but you never know. Maybe magic could have saved him. Did your intent bring him towards us later in days? I can't imagine more perfect ruler than his radiance.
I'm sorry to inform you, but that hierarch is long dead.
Ah, good gosh!
The world, as you may know it, has changed greatly, I'm afraid. And you are in the domain of Vale. So either you died in his service, or one of his own murdered you. I fear it's the latter.
Sir Vale, I, like any good kin, worship only the ancestors. I do nothing of the sort than worshiping Vale.
there is ancestor worship. I read that, right?
I did. Me neither.
Yeah, that
I understood
that
zero
was
percent what you just said.
But that is a thing, correct, Ryan? The ancestor worship in that?
No, that's correct. Can view the realities as ancestors.
Vale, that scoundrel. Oh, those great ancestors, may they bless us all.
And he makes a holy symbol. I'm not going to describe that, but he makes a holy symbol with his hand.
May they bless us all to get out of this horrible place. They're the worst of those ancestors. I couldn't respect any sort of dog that fought for him. It must have been the humans, only they would sink so low. To really worship one so foolish.
And Kel'nias says, actually, as the histories say, you were murdered by one of your lieutenants.
You're telling me that one of my very own lieutenants decided it would be wise to bring about my death. You be careful what you say next, ma'am. Because you slay one of my men unjustly, and I will never forgive, never forget, and you won't live long enough to worry about it.
At this point, the other group has arrived at the beach.
Yeah, so Reese walked up behind Efron, who I'm assuming was just kind of standing there because the whole thing was in Kinlish.
Yeah, well, I mean, whenever Larots speaks, Efron does not get any of it, because he just, because he could kind of understand some of the words that Tekas was saying, but, like, with the intensity, the velocity, and the ferocity of...
The ferocity!
...of Larots' speech, Efron's getting 0%. I speak English, and I'm getting the bare minimum. So yeah, Efron's just kind of been tuning out, puttering around. I'm kind of assuming that Larots is actually speaking kind of an older, not like dialect, but perhaps an older version of Kinlish, because languages evolve a bit over time.
Particularly for something like 800 years.
If it was 800 years, that could also be why it's so hard to understand him, because perhaps some of the words have changed slightly, or, he's using an antiquated form of Kinlish, perhaps.
I'm glad you thought of a lore reason for us to just straight up not understand anything Ammon says.
Guys, it's so much fun.
I'm giving you an out here, okay? I'm giving everybody a big old out, all right? It's just, do you got the brass tacks to take it?
This is very important, though. I do need to know exactly how far Ifran, and in this case Reese, are from us.
The way I pictured it in my brain, and it could be wrong, so correct me, Ryan, but like we walked up and Larots' back was to us, so like you were facing away from us as we walked up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so Ifran, are you like 20 feet away?
No,
Ifran's
like probably like
the conversation just behind.
He's probably like 10 feet away. He can very obviously hear you, because I don't know if Larots has anything less than, like volume 11. So, but he's like a decent distance away. He's not within arm's reach. So he's, 10 feet. Say 10 feet.
Cool.
Seeing Efron 10 feet away from this very loud man who Reese and I'm pretty sure they were actually able to hear Larots talking for a long time as they were walking up. And then he just goes up to Efron. I don't remember him from the crew before. Did you find him?
At this moment, Larots, he hears Reese speak. He turns and he sees a masked humanoid, approximately of human size. And he turns and he says, "You would dare ambush one of your fellow barbarians?" And he's going to try to dive tackle Reese.
Reese isn't ready for it, but he is pretty big, so I guess he'll just do like a strength. I don't know.
No, Ammon roll an attack. Reese roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, cool. I got 22.
That's better than my 18. Unless I could add a proficiency bonus to that attack.
You do.
Oh, then never mind. 18, proficiency plus 4. I also got 22. But I think he gets it, because the tie goes to him, right?
I think so. In this case, Reese doesn't dodge out of the way, but he kind of meets your tackle head on, and you both sort of just like are locked then in this bout.
I was going to say a Freaky Friday type situation where they run into each other. Like, boom.
They switch
And we
bodies.
switch places.
Well, so upon being grappled by Reese, not knowing who he is, in an equally old form of Fellish, because if he's speaking really old Kinlish, he's obviously speaking really old Fellish as well.
Well, you are a mighty sturdy one, and a traitorous one at that. What would you do here, sir?
Larots, please. Reese, hang on. I can...
Efron, what is going on?
Reese, I will explain. How should they put this? There we were, traveling with Tekas and his men, when we came across a wild man who views all humans as barbarians, but he is, at least towards me, he is amicable, but I do believe he does not trust you.
Clearly, as Reese is still slightly in a strength lock with him.
However, Larots, it is okay. He is with us. He is our friend. His name is Reese. Lyrian is also our friend, as is Mick. And he gestures towards each of them in turn.
But Mick still looks like an Elvaret.
Oh, that's good. He gestures, looking towards the other. He sees they both appear more human than not. Clearly, he does not trust them.
And you would trust some fool who keeps his face masked? Unmask yourself, sir. Show your true face. If you truly want peace, you will show yourself a man, and not some sort of masked assassin.
You do not want that.
Larots is gonna go for a swipe. I do indeed. And he tries to reach for and pull off the mask.
Reese is gonna let him.
Okay.
Well,
He pulls off. What happens?
Yeah, so Reese gives like a little bit of a push for the celestial light into him. Nothing to like actually singe him, but like you basically get that feeling of when you ignite gasoline or something in front of you, and it's just like an immediate flare, and it almost like singes your eyebrows or something.
Okay, so with the tip of his beard, small bits of smoke curling up from the tip of his beard, you see Larots. He throws his hands up to his eyes first because he is at least temporarily blinded. And he says,
Good gosh, man! That was a move. I can see why you wear that mask. Sorry, my goodness. You said he was a friendly prawn, you say? A friend?
Yes, and indeed. Reese takes the mask back, or was that you handing or pointing?
That was handing. He's handing the mask back.
after he's given back the mask, he's like, Lyrian says, if it makes you feel any better, neither of us are human.
That does indeed. I've never seen a human with that kind of face. That thing was like looking into the sun itself. Oh, may his radiance bless me. Not your radiance, the radiance of the Hierarch. Goodness gracious, sir. Though impressive your radiance may be. And if you're not human, what are you? A face that's glowing and, I don't know, you look human to me. Maybe a bit pale. You should eat more beef.
Lyrian is actually a decently built guy. He's 6'4".
No, pale. You're like blue, right? Like you're really bluish.
Oh, I thought you said you were saying I need to eat more meat, as in I need to put on
meant
some
like you
weight.
were
Put
anemic.
color in your cheeks.
Yeah.
Iron.
This is my natural skin. I am not of your world. I am an elf.
Kin are gray, correct?
Yes. Different shades, but...
All right. Well, he goes up there and he's sort of poking at him.
Well, not of my world, eh? That's quite an interesting thing indeed. An elf, you say? The only elf I know, those giant floating balls, and I tell you, you don't want to meet an elf in my world. Yes. Very well, if you are friends, then I guess there's no reason to fight that. My apologies, sir. Particularly for stealing your mask, I can see why you want to hide that. Don't want to scare off all the ladies, eh?
And like, guys, Larots is he's not an attractive man. Between him being kind of old and him being basically broken, all of his face, he's not an attractive man. But he gives you a wink as if he knows, like,
I too suffer from the same problem with the ladies. They get a look at this mug and they say, oh no.
Kel'nias looks at Val again, and in Mazik, she just goes, where in the hell did you find him?
He came running down the mountain on a lizard. What else do you expect from a man riding a lizard? He tried to get me to drink its spit.
at them speaking this language that he doesn't understand, he turns to Yfran as if they were old friends and they hadn't only known each other for a while. And he's like,
they certainly like their secretive languages, eh?
Completely forgetting that he's been speaking Kinlish in front of Yfran this entire time.
Yes, I know the feeling, but they will do what they will do. Well,
I'm sure you do, lad. A couple of swallows of this lad's spit here,
Gesturing towards the lizard.
and you'd be as sharp as a rock.
Ready to... Sharp as...
That's how smart I am.
You'd be sharp as a whip, ready to speak Kinlish with the best of them. Now, of course, this coarse and ugly dialect I've never heard before. This place has really gone to crap over the last 800 years.
800 years.
That's what they told me. They said I died 800 years ago. Do I look like a man who's 1,200 years old? Of course not. Don't look a year over 450.
No, I was about to say exactly that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, that is quite odd.
They say I died 800 years ago, though to be honest, I don't trust them. They said my lieutenant killed me. My lieutenants loved me. I mean, there was that one who kind of got grumpy at me that one time, but it was nothing personal. It's not my fault the guy can't run with beans. Beat him in a race one time, he's suddenly angry at you. No, I'm sure it was something else. It was without a doubt one of you human barbarians. No offense.
None taken. Yes, but my point being, perhaps they too have been here for quite some time. They said they had died and been brought here, but you say it has only been 6 months?
Well, I might have lost track of the time, but I couldn't have been more than 6 months.
But,
Do I look 800 years old to you, sir? 800.
No, you do not look a day over 450.
You're too kind, sir. Who wouldn't even guess that I'm actually 475? Good lad, good lad.
Gives him a nice thump on the back.
Reese, Lyrian, have you found anything?
Reese, who had kind of been rubbing his temples just at the onslaught of words that have been thrown around in the past few minutes. I'm sorry, what? No, well, yes, and he kind of gestures over to Mick. Mick found something. Why don't you tell him about it?
Oh, yes. Sorry, please, wait up for me. Anyways, as I was saying, we found a little watermill, actually, abandoned. Long ago. Seemed like nobody was occupying it. Strange thing that was there in the first place. But we also found in there a nest, and some bones and some other particulars from those who got eaten. I don't know.
Well, I must say, to realize you were foolish enough to get into that watermill, I did not understand that I was dealing with such simpletons. You look at that place from 400 yards and you can tell it's not somewhere to go. What in the world are you looking for there?
So Kel'nias puts herself in the middle of the group, and she says, "Look, I'd like to get off this island, truth be told. I thought I knew where we were, where this was, but, well, I think I was wrong. It seems there's more than one phantom island in Vale's realm, go figure. Look, I don't think we'll find the shard here. I'm not sure what we'll find here, or if anything we'll find here," and she looks at Larots, "will be worthwhile. But I think it would be smart for us to leave now that," pointing to her ship, "the repairs are in their final stages. We can make for the nearest port and hopefully continue on our merry way, yes?"
Hold on. You're telling me that in this realm where I have lived for this last 6 months, there are ports? There is something beyond this island?
Yes. Quite a bit.
Well, I must say, ma'am, not only are you exceptionally fine, but also have completely blown my mind. I have walked around this island 600 times since I got here, and not once did I see a ship, or did I think there was more. Maybe I should think more outside of the box. Maybe my mind is a little closed. Let me ponder this.
Then you're certain you've never seen or heard of anything here that would be related to Imin?
Now, young lady, I have been around this island a dozen times, and like I said, several hundred dozen times. I've been around this island over 600 times, and I've never seen nor heard nothing called a shard of Imin. I have seen that windmill, and I have stayed away. And I have seen this young pup here,
And he slaps his lizard on the side.
and I've gotten very close. What a good lad you are.
And
I know nothing of what you're looking for. So whatever it is you're looking for, here you will not find it. But if you speak of leaving, might I accompany you? I would be most interested in finding a different island to explore. This one's gotten a little boring.
So at this moment, Takes actually comes out of the jungle nearby with his kin, and he stomps over to the group, and he goes right next to Kel'nias, and he whispers something in her ear, and she gives him a pat on the shoulder, and he continues onward. Him and the other kin start to sort of take down what little camp they had and board their rowboats. And then Kel'nias looks at Larots, kind of just absorbing the last bit of what he said, or reabsorbing the last bit of what he said. And she says, "Yes, well, as long as your lizard can swim, I don't see a problem with it."
and he slaps the side one more time.
This lad, he swims better than even I could.
And he jumps on, he kicks its sides, and you just start seeing this lizard start paddling out to the ship. It's also embarrassingly slow. Like, it's not fast. It's like he is swimming and it is moving, but it's like that's not as fast as you can swim.
Doggy paddle.
Yeah, he's doggy paddling his way across. This is not the area that he's comfortable with.
Cute.
And Kel'nias looks at the rest of you that are still here, and she says, well, there are no further objections. Then your steed awaits. And she motions to a nearby rowboat.
We all hop in.
Now, you say we're going to port. Do you mean to carry on and search for the Shard of Iman afterwards?
Aye, I do. But for now, I think I speak for all of us that we could use a good day or two of rest and relaxation. And I know just the place.